Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 2-2 of May-June 2016, Math O-Level. Let's move on to question number 1. So here we have, each year the Reds plays the Blues in a baseball match. In 2014, there were 40,500 tickets sold for the match. In 2015, the number of tickets sold was 2.4% more than that of 2014. So pretty easy. Find the number of tickets sold for the match in 2015. So at first it was 100% represents 40,500. So it was increased by 2.4%. So it means that right now it is 124% of the initial amount, which is 40,500. So let's find that. So what is 1.24%? Is divided by 100 times 40,500. That should be 41,472. It will be your answer for part 1. Now for part B. In 2015, the cost per ticket was this much, and the cost per ticket for the match increased by 5%. So again, same technique. First time, initial cost was 100%. And if the price increased by 5%, it will be 105%, the price of the initial price. Okay, so I think there is something, I missed a point here. So it's actually the other way around. So this is actually 105 because this was the price in 2015. And the price in 2014 should be this much, initial price. So how would I find this? So I will write 105% represents 68.25. I need to find the price in 2014. That will be 100. So we have to do 68.25 divided by 105 times 100. That will be the initial price in 2014. Divided by 105 times 100. That will give me 65. So the price was 65 in 2014. So just to rewrite this, 2014 and 2015, the price in 2015 was 68.25 and it was increased by 5%. So the price here represents 105%. So we are trying to find this, and the price here was 100%. So if 105 represents 68.25, 100% will be this value. This is 65. Now for part C, calculate the percentage increase from 2014 to 2015 in the money made from from the match. So let's find out how much money was made in 2014. So 2014 the price was 65 and they sold 40,500 tickets. And in 2015 the price was 68.25 and they sold 472 tickets. So what is the total revenue for each year? So let's find out one by one. So 65 times 4,500, that will be for this one, 26,32500. And for this one will be 68.25 times 41,472. That will be 28,30,464. So what is the percentage increase? So you would take this minus this, so 28. This will be the increase divided by the initial amount, which was this initial amount, times 100 for the percentage increase. So let's do that. This minus 26,32500 divided by 26,32500 times 100. That will be 7.52%. So that will be the percentage increase for the money taken. That will be question number 1. Question number 2, we have part A. JK is 25, KL is 4 minus 2, LM is minus 1, 3. Part 1, find JM. JM will be JK, KL, and LM. So JK is 25 plus K minus 2, and then that will be minus 3. minus 1, 3. So 2 plus 4 minus 1 will be 5. 5 minus 2 is 3, plus 3 will be 6. So answer here will be 5, 6, 4, JM. Find the modulus of KL. So very easy. Modulus is formula of this one, 4 square plus minus 2 square. That will be 16 plus 4 square root of 20. That will be your answer for part 2. You can always simplify this if you want to. 20 is what? Is 4 times 5. It could be 2 square root of 5 if you want to. This one should be enough. Part B. We have in the diagram, we have OA as A and OB as B. Now, C is a point such that OAC is a straight line. OAC is a straight line and AC is 2 times OA. So AC is 2A from this information. Now, D is a midpoint of OB. So D is a midpoint, okay? It means that OD is actually half of B and DB is half B. This is what it means. Now we have E is a point such that EC is equal to OD. So EC is equal to OD, which is half of B, as you can see here. Now question part 1, express as simply as possible in terms of A and B the value of AD. So AD, A going to D, we have to go AO and OD. So AO and OD. AO will be minus A and OD will be half of B. So that is according to this drawing here. So this will be your answer for part A. So minus A plus half B. Now for EB, how do you go to EB? So E is here, B will be here. So EB will be EC, CO, OB. So let's write that. EC plus CO plus OB. So EC is half of B, as we have seen. CO is minus 3A plus OB given to us as B. So that will be so half B plus B, that will be 3 over 2B minus 3A. That will be part B. Now for this one, find the modulus of EB and AD. So find the basically the length. So this one will be square root of, this is EB, square. So let's find out what this will give me. So 3 over 2 square plus 9, that will be 11, 1 over 4. What is that? Let's find out. That could be 45 over 4. That's for EB. Now for AD, same way. AD will be minus 1 square plus half square. That will give me what? 1 plus 1 over 4. That will be 1.25. So 1 over 4 should be 5 over 4. That will be AD. So now we can simplify this. Let's go here. Have some space over here. Let's go to this side. So for now we have EB equal to. So we can simplify this. So what is 45? 45 is equal to 9 times 5. And 4 is 4. So this becomes, so we can take 9 out, it becomes 3. We can take 4 out, it becomes 2. Square root of 5. Now same thing for AD. AD we have 5 over 4. So we can take 4 out, it becomes 1 over 2. Square root of 5. So ratio of EB to AD will be 3 over 2 to 1 half this. So this goes away and this goes away becomes 3 to 1. So your ratio here will be 3 to 1. So you could do that to find that, and that will be question number 2. Another way of doing this, because this is only 1 point, should be pretty easy. We should not have to go through all this. So easier way, you can just observe. So what can we do is let's express these two as the same form. So here we can do is we can take out 3. So EB is, let's take out 3, we will have minus A plus half B. And AD equal to what? Equal to 1 minus A plus half B. So the ratio of EB to AD will be 3 to 1, as you can see by this ratio. So this is pretty simple and straightforward. So you can use the both method, but this one is way faster and is only for 1 point. It should be this way, so 3 to 1, but both is correct. Question number 3. Stephen asked 25 women how many children they have. The results are summarized in this table below. So it means that 7 of them have 0 kids, 5 of them have 1 kid, and so on. So in total we have 25 women. First one, find the mean. So find the mean, we have to find, let's find fx. So this is f and this is x. So we have to multiply and find this value. So there will be 0, that would be 5, 12, 12, and 12. So fx is basically the number of kids for all this, right? So let's find the sum of fx. That will be 5 plus 12 times 3. That will be, so 0, yeah, 12 times 3, 36, 41. The mean will be what? The mean will be 41 divided by number of women, which will be 25, that will be 1.64. Now part 2, the median will be what? Will be the mid value, half of 25 plus 1, that will be the 13th element. So if you count, this is 7, this will give me 12, so the next one will be the 13th, it will be in this group. So the answer for median will be number 2. And find the mode. The mode has the most frequency, it will be 7. The mode is 0. So max frequency, corresponding value is 0. That's why it's 0. Now part B, Stephen says that the mode is the average that best represent data. So it is wrong because, as you can see, the mean and median is not equal to mode. So it does not support this theory that this is the best average. So in that case, mode is not. So part C, Stephen chooses 2 women at random from the group. Calculate that the chance that both of them has 1 child. So as you can see, we have only 5 women who has 1 child. So for the first one to have 1 child, we have 5 over 25. For the second one, it will be 4 over 24. I hope that makes sense. 5 over 25 for 25 number of people. So when you take her away, we have only 24 remaining and 4 remaining. Times this over this, that will give me 1 over 30. So that will be your answer for part C, 1 over 30. To represent this data. So this is the frequency and this is the number of children. Number of children varies from 0. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll draw a bar chart for those. And the frequency begin from 0 to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the bar chart. Okay, so for the first group, the frequency is 7 for 0 children. That is from the table itself. It should be here and here. That's the first bar chart for 0 children. And for 1 children, the frequency is 5. So So 1 will be 5. So let's join those two. And for 2 children, the frequency is 6, so it will be 6. Should be here. And then for 3 children, the frequency is 4. It will be here. And for the last one, for 4 children, the frequency is 3. So it will be right here. That's the last one. Okay, so that's it for part D. Now for part E, Stephen shows Frank the paper on which he has recorded the data from his survey. The paper has been torn. Find the 5 numbers that are missing. So let's count. So we are supposed to have 7 zeros. From the table, we're supposed to have 5 ones, 6 twos, 4 threes, and 3 fours. So let's count. So how many zeros do we have? We have 1 0 here, 2, 3, 4 zeros. It means that we're missing 3 zeros. So 1, 2, 3. And then we are having 5 ones, so we need 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're missing 1. How about 2? We are supposed to have 6 twos, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is good. We're supposed to have 4 threes, so 1, 2, 3. So 1 3 is missing. Should be 3 here. And then 4, we're supposed to have 3 fours, so 1, 2, oh, 4s. So 1 4 is missing actually. As you can see, there was extra 0 here. So this should be 4. So the missing numbers will be 0, 0, 4, 1, 3. That will be the missing numbers. And that is question number 3. Question number 4. Triangle ABC has sides AB equal to 8, AC equal to 7, and BC equal to 12. Now, use a ruler and a compass to construct the triangle ABC. So AB is given to you, so we have this already. So let's find AC. AC is 7, so we have to measure 7 from the ruler. 7 will be about, let's say about this point, right? So you go to your point A, and then you have to make an arc from this point A, about here. Now we have BC as 12, so measure BC in here. So that will be about right here. So go to point B and then intersect the first arc. Okay, so the point of intersection will be your point C. This is your point C. Now join both BC and AC to form the triangle ABC. Question part A, pretty straightforward, and that is pretty easy. So that is easy marks. Okay, so now part 2, measure the angle BAC. So angle BAC will be this angle. So we have to go here, and then read. So for this one I have, this is 15108. So I have 108 for the value of BAC. Now, part B, calculate the interior angle of a regular 12-sided polygon. So we have to use a formula here. So interior angle equal to n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. N is number of sides. So 12 sides will be 12 minus 2 divided by 12 times 180. So we have 12 minus 2, which is 10, times 180 divided by 12. That will be 150. So the size of the angle will be 150 degrees. So now moving on to part C, it says the diagram shows a hexagon with two parallel sides. So this and this sides are in the same direction, and one horizontal line of symmetry. So the line of symmetry is here. It means that the angle above is equal to the angle below. So this is also 125. This is Q. This also will be Q. And this is 3P. This will be what? This is 360 minus 3P. Okay. So now part 1. What can we find? So hexagon, calculate the value of P and calculate the value of Q. So Q is this, P is this, and P is this. So what do we know about here? So this will be 360 minus 3P. Okay, so now we can solve. So what are the sum of the angles in a hexagon? Hexagon has 6 sides. So the sum of angles will be 6 minus 2 times 180. That will be 4 times 180. That will be 720. Okay, so that will be the sum of all the angles inside. So we can form an equation here. If you add everything up, you need to get 720. So let's do that. That's the first equation. So let's write this here. So P plus 2 times 125 plus 2Q and plus 360 minus 3P should give you 720. So let's simplify. We have so minus 2P plus 2Q, 2 times 125 plus 360 plus 610, 720. So the first equation that we have will be 2Q minus 2P equal to, this is the first equation that we will have from this diagram. So part 1 pretty easy. Let's find the value of P. So value of P, how can we find the value of P? We have to find this through this or through this. So as you can see, the interior angle, usually this angle should be complementary to this one. So here we have to use the fact that they are in the same direction. So what can we do here? We can draw a line here, P, no line, and this is also a no line. So this is 90, this is what angle? This should be equal to this. And if this is 90, this is what angle? This should be equal to this. As you can see, P is equal to 180 minus this minus this. So P is 180 minus these two angles. So this angle here will be what? So it will be 125 minus 90. It will be 35 and 35. So minus 70. P will be 110. So that's the value of P, 110. So now we have to use this formula to find the value of Q. So pretty easy. So let's replace. So 2Q equal to 110 plus 2 times P. So 2Q is equal to what? So 110 plus 2 times 110, 330. So Q is 330 divided by 2. That should be 165 for the value of Q. Okay, that is part C. Now part D, we have trapezium PQRS. So PQRS is similar to trapezium ABCD. So ABCD, they are both similar. Now we have, this is ABC is 90. We have these two in the same direction. Now we say DC is 2 times AB. So DC is twice the size of AB. Okay. BC is half the size of AB. And PQ is 3 times for the size of DC. Okay. So part 1, given that BC equal to X, so BC equal to X, find an expression in terms of X for the area of PQRS. So how do you find the area of trapezium? We know it's always half times sum of both sides, which is SR plus PQ, times height in between, which is QR. So we have to find these sides to find the area of trapezium. So first side we can find PQ. PQ is 3/4 DC. So PQ is 3/4 DC. And what is the value of DC? DC is 2 times AB. And what is the value of AB? AB is 2 times. AB is 2 times BC. BC is X. So 4, that'll be 3X. So PQ is 3X. So now we can use this to find the rest. So what do we have this here? So we know this, and the ratio of this side, so DC to AB is twice. It means that SR will be twice PQ. So SR will be 6X. Now for this height, the ratio of BC to AB is 1/2. So same thing here. The ratio of QR to PQ should be half. So that will be QR is equal to half times 3X, should be 3/2X. So now we have all the sides that we need. We can find the area of trapezium. So area will be half times SR given by SR is 6X plus PQ is 3X times the height is 3/2X. So here we have 9x times 3x over 4. That should be 27x squared over 4 for the area of the trapezium. So that will be question number 4. Question number 5, part A, factorize fully this one. So what is common with those two? So you can see 4 is common and x squared is common. So remaining will be 2y minus 3x3. That will be part 1. And this one, let's solve this, find the value of x. So we first have to expand the bracket. Minus 10 equal to 3. This becomes 2x equal to 13. X become 13/2. Now part C, solve this one. So minus 5y will be less than 20 minus 7. Minus 5y is less than 13. So 5y is bigger minus this. So this is your answer. So when you divide or multiply by minus, you have to change the sign to the other way. So that's the only catch point. This one will be a rectangle has length of 2x and has perimeter of 18 and area of 10. Show that this is the equation. So how do you find the area? So let's call the width W. So area is length times width, which is 10 equal to W times 2x. So W will be 10 divided by 2x, which is 5/x. So now, for how do you find the perimeter? You have to add all 4 sides. So let's add. We have W, which is 5/x, plus 2x, plus 5/x, plus 2x. It needs to give you 18. Simplify, you will have 10/x plus 4x equal to 18. If you multiply by x everywhere, you will have 10 plus 4x squared equal to 18x. So now if we simplify, we will have 4x squared minus 18x plus 10 equal to 0. If you divide by 2, you will have 2x squared minus 9x plus 5 equal to 0. So same as this, you have to write shown as required. Now for part 2, solve this equation giving the answer correct to 2 dp. So very easy. A is 2, b is minus 9, c will be 5. So we have to use the formula. X will be minus b plus minus b squared, which is minus 9 squared, minus 4ac. Divided by 2a will be 4. So let's simplify. So 9 squared minus 4 times a times c, that will be 41. So 9 plus minus square root of 41 divided by 4. So that will give me x equal to what? 9 plus square root of 41 divided by 4 will be 3.85, or if you minus 9 minus square root of 41 divided by 4, that will be 0.65. So your answer will be 0.65 or 3.85. So part 3, find the difference between the length and the width of the rectangle. So for value of x, we will take this one, because if you replace this one x on the equation here, so let's try that. Let me explain why we take this one as your value of x. So let's say x was 0.65. So the width, it will be 5 divided by 0.65. The width will be 7.69. And what is the length? Length will be 2 times 0.65. That will be 1.3. So as you can see in this drawing, the length needs to be more than the width, so it cannot be this one. So the only other value will be 3.85. So find the difference. So let's first find the length. The length is 2x. X will be 3.85, which is what? 2 times 3.85, that should give me 0.77. Sorry, not good. 3.85 should be 7.7. The width is 5 divided by 3.85. So 5 divided by 3.85. That should be 123 over 77. So now the difference, so 7.7 minus answer, that should be 6.40. That is the difference between the width and the length of the rectangle. That is question number 5. Question number 6, part A, we have the universal set are numbers from 2 to 12. Now A is a prime number, so it will be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Now we have B is even, will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Now we have C as a multiple of 5. It can be 5 and 10. So these are the sets A, B, C. Now part 1, list the elements of subsets B intersection with C. So what is in both B and C? So as we can see, we have only one, which is 10. 10, 10. Now for part B, find this set. So A union B union C is everything together, but outside, what is not in those three? So let's find out. Let's write what is in the set of A union B union C. Should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So outside we have only one, which is 9. As you can see, 9 is not in here. So for this one, A intersecting B prime What is B prime? B are odd numbers, which is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. What is A? A is prime numbers. So what is in both the prime numbers and the odd numbers? It will be a set of 3, 5, 7. And that is everything that we have. Also, B prime, and so we have 7, 11. We're missing 1. So we have 4 elements. That is in both this and A. 3, 5, 7, 11. Correct. So now this one, it says a number Q is chosen at random from the universal set. Find the chances that it is inside of this. So very easy. As we have seen in this, we have 4 elements. So for Q to be in this, it will be 4 over. So in total we have 11. So it should be 4 over 11. Okay. Moving on to part B. This is our matrix. So we have x and y equal to those two. Part 1, solve this. So let's bring the 2 inside. It will be 2 times 3 is 6, minus 2, 4, 0, plus y, which is 2 minus 1, 2, 1. That will be 8, 0, 3, and 1. That will be your answer for part 1. Part 2, find y inverse. So first we have to find the determinant of y. Cross multiply, minus, you will have 2 minus minus 2, which is 4. Now the adjoint set of y will be 1, 2, 1, minus 2. So inverse y will be 1 over 4 times this, which is 1, 1, minus 2, 2. That will be your answer for this. And this is question number 6. Section B, moving on to question number 7. So part 1. So it says one day garage A records the amount of petrol bought by the first 120 customers. So we have 120 people in this survey. Now we have to complete this table. This is the cumulative frequency table. So how do we get this value? It will be 36 plus 22. So what is that? So 36 plus 22, that will be 58. This one will be 30 plus 58, that should be 88. 16 plus 88, that should give me 104. This will be 113. This is 118, and this is 120. That is your table for part A. Now part B, on the grid below, draw a cumulative frequency curve to represent this data. So K will be on the x-axis and this is on the y. So first one is 10, 9. So 10, 9 will be about here. Then we have 20, 22. 20, 22 will be here. Then we have 30, 58. 30, 58 will be here. Then we have 40, 88. 40, 88 will be here. Then we have 50, 104. That will be here. Then we have 60, 113. That should be about here. And we have 70, 180. That will be here. And the last one, 80, 120. Okay, so let's join those this curve as smoothly as we can. So it'll be this way. So let's try that. Okay, that will be the curve. Yeah, so here you have to try to make it as smooth as you can to make the curve. So that will be your cumulative frequency curve for part B. Okay, so let's move on to part C. Part C says that use a graph to estimate the median. Median is half of the number of people, which was 120, will be the 60th value. So go to the 60th value on this side and see where does it cut your graph. This point I have this value. So I will write 31. So 31 liters for the median. Now the 90th percentile will be 90% times 120. That will be how much? So let's find out. 0.9 times 120, that will give me 108. So the 108th element. So go back to my graph. 108 will be about here. Click my graph here. Let's find the corresponding value. Will be about this point, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 54 for my 90th percentile. So it's 90, it's 54, true, 54. Okay, now for part D, on the same day, Garage B also recorded the amount of petrol bought by its first 120 customers. Now, the results are summarized below. It says 6 customers bought 10 liters or less. That's the first information. The most petrol bought by any customer was 60 liters. Okay, so that's the last point, which is 60 liters, 120. That will be the most bought. That's the point that we have to plot. It says 6 customers bought 10 liters or less. So the first point will be 10 liters, 6 customers. Now, the median amount of the petrol bought was 34. Will be 34. Will be 60 for the middle value. The lower quartile is 25, so 25 liters. For lower quartile will be 1/4, will be 30th element. The range will be 19, so if you plus 19, that will be how many liters? So let's find out. That will be 25 plus 19. That will be 44 liters. And for the upper quartile, that will be 3/4 of this will be 90th element. So let's plot all these points on the graph. The first point is 10, 6. So 10, 6 will be here. Then we have 60, 120. So 60, 120 will be on top, right here. Then we have 34, 60. 34 will be here, right here, and 60 will be right here. Then we have 25, 30. So 25, 30 will be here. Then we have 44, 90. So 44 is here. 90 will be right here. Okay, so now let's join the curve to form the other graph. Okay, let's do that. So that will be about this is the curve for company, for Garage B, and the first one is Garage A. Okay, that is the curve that we have. So now for this one, part E, petrol is priced at $2.60 per liter at both garage. Now we have Garage A offers a gift to a customer who buys over 35 liters. Garage B offers a gift to a customer who spent over $104. So how many liters is that? So it'll be 104 divided by 2.6, that is over 40 liters. Okay. Part question, use a graph to estimate the number of these customers offered a gift at each garage and complete the sentence below. So let's find for each garage. For Garage A, for buying over 35 liters. So let's go to the graph and find how many people bought more than 35 liters. 35 will be on this line, if you cut the graph and find the corresponding value over here, so that will be 76. So this many people here, this bought less than 35 and this bought more than 35, so this will be 120 minus 76. So for A will be 120 minus 76 will be the number of people who bought more than 75. That will be 44 people. Now for company B, we have to find who bought more than 40 liters. So same technique, you go to your graph. 40 will be on this line. So let's intersect the green curve for company B. It will be here. And then the corresponding value will be 80. So what does it mean? It means that for 80 and below is the people who bought less than 40 liters, and for this above will be the one who bought more than 40 liters. So this will be 120 minus 80. So for B will be 120 minus 80, which will be 40. So question, garage A offers a gift to more than garage B. So more will be A is more, so garage A offers a gift to 4 more customers than garage B. As you can see here, difference will be 4. That will be question number 7. Question number 8, the table below shows some values of x and the corresponding values for y. Now complete the table. So we have to replace the value of x in this to find the value of y. So x is equal to 1, this becomes half. That is part 1 done. Now part B, on the graph below, draw this y from 0 to 5. So we have to plot the points on the graph. The first point is 0 and 1/4, so 0 and 1/4 will be 0.25. So this is 0.1, 0.25 will be here. And 1 will be half, will be here. Then we have 2 is 1, will be here. 3 will be 2, that will be here. Then we have 4 is equal to 4, that's the other point. And the last one is 5, 8, will be this one. Okay, so now we have to join the points as smoothly as we can. So let's do that. Let's do this one first. And then for this one, it will be about like this. This one. Okay, about like this, almost like this. Okay, that will be part B done. Now moving on to part C. What do we have? It says by drawing a suitable line, find the gradient of your graph at x equal to 4. So go back to your graph. X equal to 4 will be at this point, so we have to draw a tangent at this point. So let's go to here, and tangent will be about this. Should be like this. So we have to find one point here. One point on this line will be this, which is 4.5, and this is 5.2. And 1 point below will be here, which is 2.8 and 1. So let's find the tangent for those 2 points. So the first point is 4.5 and 5.2, and the other one is 2.8 and 1. So 2.8 and 1. So gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So let's find that. 1 minus 5.2 divided by 2.8 minus 4.5. That will be 2.47. So value will be 2.47. That is for my graph, but your values will be around 2 something. Now for part D, 1, show that the line, we have a line here, together with a graph can be used to solve this. So we have to solve this simultaneously. So we have y here and y here we can replace. So 2x plus y is 1 over 4 times 2 power x equal to 6. Now we can multiply 4 everywhere. So 4 times everything. We will have 8x plus 2 power x equal to 24. So simplify, we have 2x plus 8x, we bring this over here, minus 24 equal to 0. This is shown as required. Now part 2, hence solve this equation. So what it means is we have to draw this line on the graph and find where they intersect. So we have this line. So let's say if x equal to 0, y will be 6. That's the first point, 0, 6. Now if x equal to, let's say 2, y will be 2 as well. That's the other point. So let's draw this graph. So 0, 6 will be here. And we have 2, 2. 2 and 2 will be here. Let's connect these two and see where they cut the graph. So it will be there you go, that's the line, and they cut the graph at this point. This will be my value here will be 2.35. So my answer for x will be 2.35. The value will be around that value, will be 2.3 or 2.4, should be about this. Now part E, the points P and Q is given by this. Find the gradient of PQ. Easy, we have to use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That will be 1 over 3. Now for part 2, on the grid, draw the line L parallel to PQ that touches the curve at the curve this. So we have to draw a line L which is parallel to PQ, which has the same gradient as PQ that touches the curve this. So where does it touch the curve? So let's first we can let's put the 2 points. Where's the points? 2, 3 and 5, 4. So 2, 3 will be here, and 5, 4 will be here. So the line PQ is this line, right? Now we have to draw a line which is parallel to PQ, which means it has the same slope as PQ that touches the curve. So let's move, shift, and see where does it touch the curve. It will touch the curve at, if you move, so this is intersecting. So you have to really move your ruler to see where it can touch the curve. So we have to translate that, and then you will see it will touch the curve about this point, which is x equal to 1. So let's draw this line. About 1, 3. This will be the point. That will be your line L, which is parallel to PQ, but it touches the curve at this point. It needs to be in the same direction as this, same gradient as this line. So that's the line L. Now write down the equation of the line L. So we know the gradient of the line L is what? Gradient of line L is 1 over 3, and it touches the point 1 and half. 1 and half. So the line will be x minus 1 equal to 1 over 3, which give me 3y minus 3 over 2 equal to x minus 1. So this becomes 3y equal to x plus half. That is your equation of the line. Okay, and that will be question number 8. Question number 9, part A. So the diagram shows a vertical wind turbine with blades of 30 meters long. So this is the wind turbine and the blades is 30 meters long. Now, the blades are stationary with the point A being the maximum distance from the ground. Okay, the point B is such that the angle of elevation of A from B is 34. So this big angle will be 34, and the angle of elevation of the center of the blade, which is C, from B is 25. So this is 25 and this is 34, so this will be 9. I hope that makes sense. Now question, find the distance of AB. So how would you find the distance of AB? So for this one, you do have to observe and carefully derive something to help you find this distance. So first, you see this is a right angle triangle, C, B, and this point. So if this is 25, if this is 90, so what is this? This will be 180 minus this and minus this. So let's do that. So 180 minus 90 and minus 25, that will be 65. So this angle here will be 65. So this is a straight line. So what is this angle here? If this is 65, this will be 180 minus 65. So let's do that. So angle here will be 115. So if you take out this shape, let's take out triangle A, C, B. It will be like this. This is A, this is a straight line, C and B. Angle here is 115, and this side is 30, and this angle here is 9. So we're trying to find the side of AB. So we have to use the sine rule. So we say 30 over sine of 9 equal to AB over the sine of 115. So let's find the value of AB. So AB will be this times this. So 30 divided by sine 9 times sine 115. That will be 173.8. So that is the length of AB, 173.8. Okay, so now part B. A different wind turbine shown in the diagram on the next page has center of its blades F. So let's have a look. This one is another wind turbine. The center is F. Fair enough. And then let's see what do we have else. It says which is 75 meters from the base of the turbine D. The point D is the base, okay? And the point E is on a sloping ground, 180 from F and 130 from D. So as you can see, 130 from D and 180 from this point. Question is, calculate the angle of depression of E from F. So we have to find the angle of depression of E from F. So let's use our ruler to find out what are we looking for. So this is a straight line. So let's draw a straight line here. And let's draw a straight line, horizontal line from the line F. Okay, so this is 90. So we are basically looking for this angle here. Angle theta. So how can you find this angle? So let's see. So here we have this as 75, this as 130, and this is 180. So we can first find this angle, alpha, and then we can find 90 minus alpha to get theta. So let's do that. So how would you find alpha? Since you know all the three sides of this triangle FDE, we can use the cosine rule. So we would say cosine of alpha is equal to these two sides, 180 and 75. So it will be 180 square plus 75 square minus 130 square divided by 2 times 180 times 75. So let's solve. We'll see what do we have. So 180 square plus 75 square minus 130 square divided by 2 times 180 times 75. That will give me 0.782. 782. So alpha will be cos inverse of the answer. That will be 38.5. So alpha will be 38.5 degrees. So once you have alpha, you can find theta. Theta will be the angle of depression, so it will be 90 minus alpha. So angle of depression is theta, 90 minus alpha, which is 90 minus 38.5, that will give me 51.5. Okay, and this will be your answer for this part. Okay, moving on to the next part, it says, now we have a point P, is a point on the blade, is the furthest from the center of the blades. So each blade is 30 meters long. So P is a point on the blade. So on the blade we have a P is a point which is the furthest distance furthest from the center of the blades, from F. Center is F. So P is furthest from F. Each blade is 30 meters long. Okay, so part 1, calculate the distance traveled by P as the blade completes one revolution. So basically we are saying that point P is basically this point because it's the max distance from the center. So P will be here, for example. So this distance is given to you as the length of the blade, which is 30 meters long. Now the question is, find the distance traveled by this point if it makes a complete circle. So it will be distance of the circumference of this circle with radius 30. I hope that makes sense. So this one pretty easy. Will be 2 pi r. That will be 2 pi r is 30 for this blade length. 2 pi times 30, that will be 188.5. So 188.5 will be the distance traveled. Now part 2, the blade completes 15 revolutions per minute. Part 1, calculate the speed of P, giving your answers in kilometers per hour. So in 1 minute, it makes 15 revolutions. And we know that in 1 revolution, it makes this much distance. So in 15 revolutions, have to times 15, we will have 2827.433 meters, which is 2.83 kilometers. So in 1 minute, it goes this much. So in 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, you will have to times 60. Times 60, it will be, so 2.83 times 60, that will be 169.8 kilometers. So the speed correct to, so let's take it correct to 1 decimal place, why not? It will be 169.8. I hope that makes sense. That was pretty forward. Now for the last point, a point Q lies on the straight line between P and the center of the blades. So Q lies between P and F. F is center of the blades. It says Q travels 90 meters as the blade completes 1 revolution. Calculate PQ. So let's say this is your point P and this is your point F, and we say Q is somewhere here. We have to find this distance, PQ. We know that the distance PF is given by 30, and we say that in 1 revolution, which is circumference, it is equal to 90. So let's find the value of R, What is R? R is QF. So QF is 90 divided by 2 pi. 90 divided by 2 pi, that should give me 14.3. So by subtraction, PQ will be 30 minus 40.3. So 30 minus 14.3, that will be 15.7. So the value of PQ will be 15.7 meters. Okay, and that is question number 9. Question number 10, we have triangles A, B, C, and D are drawn on this graph. Now, the perimeter of A is given by A plus square root of B centimeter, where A and B are integers. Find the value of A and B. So for A, how do you find the perimeter? You have to find the length. So this is 2 squares, this is 1. So what is this length? This is a right angle, this will be 2 square plus 1 square is 5. So the perimeter will be 2 plus 1 plus square root of 5, which is 3 plus square root of 5, A, B. So A is 3, B is 5. Now for part B, triangle A is mapped onto triangle B by translation T. So very easy. So let's find the corresponding point. This is the point. You move to this point. So how can you move from here to here? You have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So move 6 to the left, minus 6, and 3 to the top. That will be the translation vector. Now part C, describe fully the single transformation that maps B onto C. So how do you map B onto C? So let's observe. This point became this point if you count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So most likely it's a reflection in this line. That's the line y equal to x. So here we go. It is a reflection in the line y equal to x. That will be for this one. Now for part D, it says describe fully the single transformation that maps B onto D. So where is B and where is D? So B is here and D is here. So as you can see, the size has changed, so it can only be an enlargement. So now let's find the corresponding side. So this side became this side. Let's show that. We can find the center of enlargement. And this side became this side. Let's show that. So as you can see, they meet at this point. This will be your center of enlargement. And what is a scale factor? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This was 1, 2. So the scale factor will be -2 because it is on the opposite side of the center. This on the other side will be -2. Why it is -2? Because it was 2, it became 4. It is 2, but it's on the other side, it is -2. So let's write this down. So transformation it is an enlargement with center. As we have seen, center will be -4, 2. And scale factor -2. That will be part D. Now part E, write down the matrix that represent the transformation that maps D onto A. So how do you map D onto A? So let's join the corresponding points again. We'll have to find this. So as you can see, it is a enlargement again. The center is origin O, And then let's find the scale factor. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4. It became 1, 2. So it is on the other side, it will be minus half. So write down the matrix will look like what? So we do have to know how does it look like in normal terms. So for example, if you have an enlargement matrix, the scale factor will be here. This it will look like this with K as the scale factor. So as we have seen here, the scale factor is actually minus half because from D it was 4, it became 2, and is on the other side of this center, it will be negative. So negative will be half. Scale factor will be minus half. So it will look like minus half, 0, 0 minus half. That will be part E. Now part F, we have the transformation V is a reflection in the line y equal to 0, which is the x-axis. Now, transformation W is a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise about the center. A single transformation X is equivalent to the transformation of V followed by the transformation of W. It means that X is equal to, at first it is this, and then followed by W. So this is X. So now we have a point. The point GH is mapped onto P by the transformation X. Find the coordinates of P. So we can find this. So let's first find, we can just actually have a look here. So we have, what we can do as well is we can just find the matrix and then find the value of X. We can do that if you want to. Let's try. So what is the matrix for the reflection in the x-axis? So we always begin with our quadrant. This is the point 1, 0 and the point 0, 1. So what happens to this point when you reflect this point in the x-axis? It doesn't move. So the matrix will be 1, 0. How about this point? This point becomes here, becomes 0 minus 1. That's for the first one. This is V. How about W? W is a transformation, it is rotation 90 clockwise. So clockwise, if you rotate this point clockwise 90, it will become here, which is 0 minus 1, and this one becomes here, which is 1, 0. So now X is equal to W, which is this, times V. So let's solve and see what we have. So 0, this is 0, this is minus 1, and this is minus 1, 0, so minus 1, and this is 0. So what is, the first will be 0 minus 1, so 0 minus 1 will be here, and then minus 1, 0 will be here. So basically what happened was, this X represents the transformation. If you have this as your initial point, it became here, and this becomes here. So it is a reflection in this line. I hope that makes sense. So the coordinates of P will be what? So if you take this times P, which is G and H, you would have minus H and minus G. So minus H minus G. So in this case, as you have seen on this graph, it should be what? X is a reflection in the line y equal to minus X. That will be question number 10. Question number 11, we have volume of a cone equal to this formula, and this is cylinders. We don't have a cone yet. So part A, solid 1 is a cylinder with a small cylinder removed from its center. So we have the big cylinder and a small one is removed from its center. Now, the height of each cylinder is 20, same, and the radius of the small one is r, and the radius of the large is 3.5 bigger than r. So it means that the big one will be r plus 3.5. So the volume of the solid one is 3000 centimeter cube. Find the value of R. So how would you find the volume of this shape? You will first find the volume of the big cylinder minus the volume of the small one. So volume is equal to 3000. You will take volume of the big one minus volume of the small one to get 3000. So let's find one by one. So how do you find volume of cylinder? It is pi r square h. So big one will be pi r square h. R is radius. Radius for big one is r plus 3.5 square. H is 20 minus pi r square. Small one is r times 20 equal to 3000. So let's simplify this. Divide by 20 everywhere. That will give me 150. Then we have pi left and r plus 3.5 square minus pi r square equal to 150. So let's solve, expand. We can divide by pi everywhere. We will have r plus 3.5 square minus r square equal to 150 over pi. Now let's expand this. We will have r square minus 7r plus, what is 3.5 square? So 3.5 square will be 12.25 minus r square. So this will be 150 over pi. So r square minus r square goes away. So 7r will be 12.25 minus 150 over pi. R is equal to what? So 1225 minus 150 over pi. That will be this. Divide by 7. R should be 5.07. Should be the other way around. So it would be actually a mistake here. When we send this over here, it should be minus 12.25. So it will be about the same answer. So let's try it again. So 150 divided by pi minus 12.25 should be this much. Divided by 7, 5.07. Radius will be 5.07 for the value of R. Now for part 2, we have a solid 2 is a cone with volume of same volume. The perpendicular height is twice its radius. Which solid is taller by how much? So let's say the radius is r. The height will be, so the height should be 2r by this information. So how do you find volume of a cone? It is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. So volume is 3000. 1/3 pi r square is r square. H is 2r. So we have what? So that will be 1000. Sorry, that's 9000 divided by pi equal to 2r cube. So r cube will be 4500 divided by pi. So r will be cube root of this number. So let's find out how much is that. By pi cube root will be 11.3. So that's the height of, that's the radius of the cone. Height will be 2r. So times 2 will be 22.5 for the height of the cone. So which one is taller? The solid 2 is taller by 2.5 centimeter, because solid 1 was only 20 and this one is 22.5. Now for part B, The diagram shows a triangular prism of length 24. The length is 24. Its cross-section is an equilateral triangle with sides of 8. So this is 8 and 8. Calculate the total surface area of the prism. So pretty easy. We first have to find the area of this side. So how do you find this area? So let's find the height. So this will be 4 here. And what is this side? This side will be, that will be 8 square minus 4 square, square root. That will be 64 minus 16. So 64 minus 16, that will be 48. So this side will be 48 by the Pythagoras theorem. Area of this triangle will be half times base, which is 8, times 48. Times 2 because we have this one and the back one. And plus this side is what? This is 24 times 8 times 2. We have this, and the bottom one will be 8 times 24 as well. So let's simplify. We will have 8 times square root of 48 plus, so 3 times 24 times 8. That will give me 631.4. So your value correct to 3SF will be 631 centimeter square. That will be question number 11.